Many thanks for remaining tuned. It's now time for newspaper review.
All right, welcome back to Newspaper Review, and time to welcome Chukwudi Abuja. Chukwudi, good morning.
Good morning, Claire. How are you doing?
Well,
it's
a very solemn Tuesday.
It is a solemn Tuesday.
Across the
it's still
country.
funereal.
Yes.
Incidentally, the funereal, because there's a funeral today. It's really the passing of a comet, a shooting star.
Whether you like it or not, the man we're talking about is a man of paradox. Yes, you know, I mean, no matter how you view it,
yes.
you know,
I'm going to chime us a
legacy
bit later when we get into the program.
Yes, all right, let's quickly get on. Yeah.
All right, let's see what the papers have. We'll begin with the Vanguard this morning, of course, leads with Buhari. That's the kicker. Tinubu sets up 9-man committee. Burial holds today. Declares today public holiday, of course. That's also right here. And Shatima pays condolence visit to Buhari's family in London. Away from all of that, so many tributes right here. We have 4 dead as 3-story building collapses in Kano. And above the masthead, 2027, INEC begins nationwide CVR on August 18. That's continuous voter registration. Probe, that's the kicker. Forgive Obaseki, Wike cancels Okpebholo, Oshomolen. That's on page 10. Why support 86 coalition but remain in PDP, according to Lamido. And that's on page 9. Looking below the picture story, of course, the picture story is that of Doz Morning, the former president. And below that, we have visa overstay. U.S. threatens Nigerians with deportation, permanent travel ban. All right, and one more story right here. Russia-Ukraine war. Trump gives Putin 50 days ultimatum or face sanctions. That's on page 31. Let's see what the Guardian's offering this morning. The Guardian leads with something completely different from the Buhari story. It says pay TV struggles as more Nigerians opt for mobile streaming services. And that's on page 6. Above the lead story, just below the masthead, gunmen killed 2 evangelists in fresh Plateau attack. Akpabio appeals against court order for Natasha's recall. Details on page 3. And next to that, calls for metering deregulation intensify as experts warn of widening gap. All right, that's an update on the power sector. Of course, the story of Buhari is also right here with a different caption. It says, Buhari gets state funeral as critics fault National Assembly's week-long tribute. That's the Guardian newspaper, of course, and that's on page 6. Oshibajo, Dangote, Abiodun, others bid Abuja farewell. U.S. threatens visa validity defaulters with deportation and lifetime ban. That's also right here. And over 2 million Abuja indigenous people risk extinction, CSO tells UN. That's on page 30. Finally, tight security in Daura as Katsina awaits Buhari's remains. That's on page 3. All right.
Is that right? Okay. As expected, all the papers, of course, will have 1 or 2 things about the funeral of former president. And the blueprint, you know, has an additional information on its front page from Abdul Salam Abubakar. And it says, I was admitted in the same hospital with Buhari before he died. I was admitted in the same hospital with Buhari before he died. That's on the front page of the blueprint. And other writers there tell us that Akume head funeral committee and federal government, Northwest governors declare public holiday. And you see the picture story of the vice president, Kashim Shettima, visiting the widow and family of the late former president. Away from that, we turn to other stories. FCT workers suspend strike after 3 months. Focus on governance, forget probing Obaseki Wike test Okpebholo. And just at the foot of the paper, Niger Delta troops snap 50 oil vandals, confiscate 25,000 litres. Just one or two more from Blueprint, just below the nameplate. Africans will develop Africa, Dangote tells global CEOs. And in sports, ex-Super Eagles defender Kadri Ikana critically ill, and that's coming from former skipper Segun Odegbami. Let's turn on to the People's Daily, and the People's Daily has another angle to the funeral story. FG shoots fake section in honor of Buhari. Jonathan Akufo-Addo joined Shatima in London. That's on page 4 of the People's Daily. APC-ADC suspend political activities in honor of late president is just a little below the picture story. And I think that's about all I can take from this paper. And we have, I think let's bring in Chukwudi now.
Thank you, Claire.
Yes.
Quickly, forgive Obaseki, Wike counsels or advises Okbewolo. First of all, I don't like a situation where our rights as people, as the people, are taken over by politicians. If Okbewolo, if Obaseki did things that make him really culpable, if, for instance, it's about touching the people's money, then the Commonwealth was taken and all that, it would not be a question of discretionary prosecution. It will be a mandatory prosecution and all that. So telling the present governor to forgive the governor who left, you don't say that on behalf of the people. You don't. We must be careful. Politicians don't take things that belong to us. Anyone who has local standi in the matter should be allowed to initiate anything against any person who occupied a position. That's my own view about that. The public holiday to honor Buhari today, we were saying that it is still a funereal outlook on the day of a funeral. And that's to be expected because, as we said when we're exchanging greetings here, a shooting star has indeed left the shores of this country. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Abdul Salam is saying there actually that he was admitted in the same hospital, but he was discharged just a few days before Buhari died.
Does that add any value to? I'm just imagining why, you know, it had to be a headline.
Well,
front page of the
no, it might not carry the kind of value you have in mind. But sometimes small talk creeps into discussing big things. It's about connecting conversation and all that. And again, empathy comes in. Passion comes in those little statements we want to wish away. So that's my own take on it. But quickly, Claire, I am not a very happy man. You know, when I listen to analysis in Nigeria, corrupt politicians have killed this country, blah, 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 I keep reminding people that politicians come from homes. Politicians have uncles. Politicians have fathers. They have communities. They have kings. Why are you not holding them back? Why did you just come here and tell us they are killing? Look, we have to be careful. What am I leading into? I saw a lot of malevolence on social media yesterday against the person of the president who just departed.
No, you know,
Claire, we are Africans.
No, you know,
can we please
agree.
respect Africanness?
That's what social media, you know, I really don't know how we can.
That is what lack of home training brings. Leave social media. Go to the root of the matter. That's not who we were.
No, but we must also look at how to address that. You know,
what you're saying is that the rabble could develop runaway emotions. I agree.
You know, yes,
but
sir.
Claire, some of the people I read yesterday, some of them were PhD holders.
Anyway, let's look at other stories. You know, again, in Kano, this is, you know, in Kano now, 4 dead as 3-story building collapses. You know, we've been talking about reasons, factors, you know, You know, on Good Morning Nigeria, we've had several programs. Experts have come to talk to us about, you know, why structures, you know, just fall like pack of cards and all that.
No problem. You don't want you to talk about collapsing social and cultural values. What led to the collapse of the buildings? What caused it? Is it that the integrity of the structure was questionable? In which case, a few engineers, if they ever employ engineers these days, may have a question to answer. Is it the elements, force of nature? You have to find out why it happened before
yes, you know,
can...
I'm not talking about why.
Okay.
I'm talking about lessons learned. And, you know,
lessons
people,
will lead you to why.
Mean, are we our structural builders? Are they taking away, you know, lessons from experiences? It keeps happening. And when things keep happening like this,
we're still talking about the same things. There are some earthquakes that happen. Thank God Nigeria seems to be reasonably earthquake-free, at least for now. There are some earthquakes that happen in a place like Japan, and the structure will still stand.
This one, it has
contemplated disaster.
There was a downpour.
There was a downpour. There was a downpour. So excessive wetness.
Downpour that lasted several hours.
Excessive wetness. But then reinforcement at the foundation level could also have taken care of that. That means to do more concrete. You understand? That's why I said, is it the integrity of the structure that is to be questioned, or the elements were too heavy on humanity? And
then the landscape where it was built, I mean, if it was on a waterway or something.
Exactly, what to try now.
That's it again. So there are buildings that should never have stood
in the first place.
Stand. You understand? That's one of the reasons I still say El-Rufai is my star concerning the development of Abuja. He insisted on a few things, particularly during the Obasanjo time.
We have to let you go, but not before talking about this, and this is very interesting. Pay TV struggles as more Nigerians and it's interesting. Media consumption strength, you know, those going up, live TV, you know, free, and those coming down, surprisingly, including radio, you know, listening. I
do agree with radio, because a lot of people listen to radio in their cars.
No, you know, if you don't agree, we don't know what
the basis for the survey. But I'm just saying my own opinion, because a lot of people listen to radio in their cars, especially in places where there's heavy gridlock. Like if you go to Lagos, I mean, even here in Abuja, I mean, there are a lot of people, when they're driving, their radio is on. That's where they get, you know, daily information. I won't say,
because my pocket has become a victim of disappearing Naira notes, and not say that actually the price people are being asked to pay, their work is denominated in foreign currency. It is the value of the Naira that is the problem for this pay TV thing. And there's another one. I hope this is not an advertisement that has come up. Let me not mention the name, which is an alternative to multi-choice, really. I read it yesterday and I was excited. You know, it's going to make me pay 5,000 less.
We should also mention the continuous voter registration. I mean, 2027 is around the corner. No excuse why you shouldn't have your PVC ready. If you're changing your location or whatever it is, I mean, this is the time to do it. August 18, it begins. It's important to, you know, get people ready for that.
Attitude is everything. So work against your attitude that waits for the last minute to do it.
Chukwudi, I think we've got to let it go here. Thank you very much, as always. And
thank you.
Will you be going to Daura for the funeral?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. But Chukwudi, we can all watch it.
Money.
No. We will all watch.
You want to expose everything on national television?
We will all watch.
Question.
We will stay back. May his soul rest in peace.
And whoever can travel, may God bless them.
Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.